Yes, Sports AGH 24/7 Sports Channel. In my create news ni information na di court ho enkomo obekaya Ashgold e de akwa dan court no say on injunction into ye league no esuntine was ne GFA no ekoko piemu court one Ashgold na e baso esa good na omukoko pie honom no unse Ashgold a file injunction say osre record no say onfa sobo anase tabo into ye league a ye boy so say efi no entoa so ebiem eno na embrem na wo say efi no nso de won anu yie ekọ na efi no de won anu yie ekọ ye na court honom na efi no lawyer no anase won counsel no the friend counsel no esre court no say tamana Ashgold or file injunction no interrogatory injunction no or the supplementary bi ba na say or the bibi beta to na say documents bi e beta to say nka court no emfanya adwuma na eno no emremu na chese say wo de sasem no kwa wo de bibi a ye fe ni leave account leave ni nyina kire say osra wo de to wo de adesrede na wo de to court na nim say onye sa ade no emma na nam say Ashgold anye saa no enti no efe no lawyers no ka etusu say anaso omo record say nka omo mo Ashgold nsem no entungu ehonom na Ashgold so lawyer no esori gire mu me boni nyina atofa de ama we samri enti say de be ya wo awutie sem a lawyer Sami Crab de tu dwana obeti ase na ono so ka chen say da bi Ashgold lawyers no so sorry no say da bi efe no lawyers na say wo cancel no nsem a okeka ni nyina na ensisi so sa enti e mane sisu say ensisu so na ye say emremu no wo a wo ye objector no ana say wo a wo pese ye mu asem bi entumu na wo say one uyi wo ada lawyers no ana say di ogina mu ona wo ne wo anya asem no ogina mu a wo mo so wuyi won asotire na de toso mienu wo kira de kodie enti a wo su say ye mo entumu na afinsu notice no so wo say wo de ma won be say 3 days ansana waba court no nti no omsu say saa ne ma we say no ye mo entumu nti honom no edini nyina ba wie na judge a wotena adwam edini ruling by the ruling edin kan no say ane Ashgold for na wo say nko de ade a yefe ni leave no eba omo so amfa amba nti no yemfa eno ento na efe no so no na wo say nko yi Ashgold so asotire ono so anyi won asotire nti saa ne mani nyina yemfa nto na nsem we nyina no de ye kan mana kwa kusia ne say asem ankasa ye de court na ankasa de yenya ma asem ni die so na mum say Ashgold hwehwe say court no emma ho kwan na yemfa sobo ento so no eno ho asem na say ye kan nti nyame adom a court na hye say 17th which is Monday Ashgold mfa won leave no emra say me support supplementary document no nti Ashgold e de beko na nyame adom a ya wada ya tena so nti court no betena asem so court no tena asem so eho na obeka se ane league ni yenkotoa so ana se yemfa nkonkon honom kwesi ebeka asem na wi nti nyame adom a Thursday no ye be firi mu bebe bia na ye be ma waso ate mu aso nsi wo ho kra nti yenkotie nsem no se de Sami Crab a wogina mu ma Ashgold no obo nsem ni nyina tofa no yenkonkotie emra.
Thank you very much. Exactly what happened was that Ashgold Sporting Club filed an injunction to restrain the playing of the Bet Power Premier League for the 2022-2023 season, and the GFA actually responded to the motion for the interlocutory injunction. After they have responded, they raised issues which we addressed in another court process, usually called the supplementary of Ashgold. And so she actually made the arguments to the court that the supplementary affidavit Ashgold filed in support of the order for the interlocutory injunction should have been filed with leave of the court. And the truth of the matter is that when Ashgold was responding, they failed to respond by bringing the leave, all right, before filing the supplementary. Then the court actually listened to her arguments, and we were asked to respond. And we also responded by letting the court know that there is an irregularity with her raising of the preliminary legal objection or to our supplementary affidavit. What is the irregularity? So we argued in court that any objector to any court process, okay, by way of what we call preliminary legal objection, ought first to give notice to the other party. Secondly, must give reasons, okay, to the objection. And then thirdly, such notice ought to be given to the other party at least 3 days before the hearing of the motion. And so we argued that her failure to bring us notice, all right, of her preliminary legal objection to our supplementary affidavit by itself is irregular, and the court ought not to listen or countenance her preliminary legal objection. After that, the court gave its ruling, and the court ruled that indeed Ashgold ought to have come to court for leave before filing the supplementary affidavit, and their failure to do so renders that process irregular, and same was struck out or set aside. Now, the court further also ruled that the preliminary legal objection counsel for GFA also raised is also irregular, to the extent that she also failed to give to Ashgold or counsel for the Ashgold notice of the preliminary legal objection and the reasons why, she's raising that. And for that matter, the preliminary objection was declared irregular, and the supplementary affidavit in support of the motion for injunction was also rendered irregular by the court. Then we are of the considered opinion and brought to the court's attention that the facts or the content of the supplementary affidavit are germane, to our case, and it provides material facts that this court ought to look at, and to ensure substantive justice, over what we call procedural law. We urged the court to grant us the opportunity to come properly with the leave to file the supplementary affidavit in support of the motion for interlocutory injunction. A counsel for GFA, forcefully opposed that prayer, saying that the GFA is losing at this moment, and for that matter, the court ought not to grant us that leave to file the supplementary affidavit. But eventually, the court ordered that by 17th October, which I believe is coming Monday, we should have filed the motion for leave to file our supplementary affidavit, and then also return back to court on the 20th of October, which is coming Thursday, to move the said motion for the leave to file our supplementary affidavit, and then the case will take its normal course. So hopefully next week, Thursday, if the court is satisfied that leave should be granted, then the court will grant us that leave, and we will go and file the supplementary pursuant to the leave, serve lawyers for GFA, and then they also have a right to respond to the content if they so wish, after which we come back to the court.